Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to every single one who are watching this video, especially towards my respected panel, Dr. Muhammad Shahril and Dr. Nur Hidayah. So basically, this video is about my Viva 2 presentation, and today I'm going to explain to you about the level of understanding among the customary land owners about the special permit concept on developing their customary land. In this video, we are going to dig deeply about two major things. The first one about the customary land itself, and the second one about the special permits. And we are going to talk about it very often. And at the end of this video, I will make sure that you will understand the true point of this presentation. My name is Hafiz Bin Asril. Stay with me. Without further ado, let's start. Throughout this video, there are so many things that need to be explained. Thus, it is far better for me to separate two sequences into three major parts: part 1, part 2, and part 3. Each part consists of several topics. It is much easier for me to deliver the information to you from one part to another. Let's start with part 1. We are not randomly speaking about any other type of land. We are focusing on customary land. We are not frankly speaking about any other development method. We are focusing on developing the customary land by using the special permit. For introduction, there are three main things that need to be discussed: custom, customary land, and special permits. When we talk about custom, people will ask, what is custom? Does custom still relevant in Malaysia nowadays? And when we talk about customary land, people will ask, what is customary land? And where is the customary land is geographically located? And to put the cherry on top, when we talk about special permit, most Malaysians don't even understand what is special permits. Based on the Heritage Department of Malaysia, they defines that custom is a rule or a way that reflects daily behavior, monthly behavior, or a season behavior. Back then, there are numbers of custom, and the number of customs still growing. But to this time, there are only two customs that are still relevant: custom of Temanggung and custom of Bate. When we talk about customary land, it is actually a way of inheriting the land from one generation to one generation, from one owner to another, but with condition, which is the customary land will be registered in the name of a woman from the very same tribe. It also come out with a restriction, which is the very same restriction as the agricultural land, which is a non-agricultural development cannot take place. Thus, the customary land need to be developed by any means possible. And because of that, the state government have produced a solution, which is the special permit. Even after the special permit have been produced, the problems still happen, and the problems will be stated in the problem statement. Now, we have reached the problem statement. Mr. Fadil Rabat, 2019 Settlement Officer of Tampil Land Office, have highlighted three main problem statements amongst the customary land owners, and the first one is acknowledgement. Some of the customary land owners do have plan for their customary land, but the plan is not an agricultural base. So when they realize that the plan cannot go on, they just abandon the plan and just undevelop their customary land without even reaching an expert for an advice. Second problem is assumption. Most of the customary land owners assume that changing the term of the land and special permit has no different at all, but in reality, they are both not the same. And the third one is awareness. To compare awareness with an acknowledgement, awareness is much more worse, because in awareness, the customary land owners do realize that special permit exists, but they don't even understand what the special permit can do for them. Can the special permit aid them in developing their customary land and so on? And that's the problem statement. Fits with the purpose of the study. The aims for this study is to know the level of understanding amongst the customary land owners regarding the concept of application for the use of agricultural land for purposes not related to agriculture, or also known as special permits. The scope of the study is mainly to know the level of understanding of the customary land owners about the usage of special permits and the development of their land, especially the customary land. This study has been done in Tampil Negeri Sembilan, which is the district that has the third highest numbers in the ownership of customary land. And This district is the closest district to the writer, which is me, and the writer is so familiar with it. This study can benefit a lot of individuals and organizations out there. To highlight the points, there are 3 parties that can gain a lot from this research. To make it short and sweet, the academicians, they can gain an extra general knowledge and a unique exposure towards the customary land and the special permits. And for the landowners, they are now know the true concept of the special permits. And for the future tenants, they are now know a proper way to develop a customary land by following the rules. For this study, there are 2 research questions, which is the first one. What is the concept of special permit practice in Tampin Negeri Sembilan? And from this research question, we come up with the first objective, which is to identify the concept of special permit practice in Tampin. So for this objective, the data collection used is the literature review and being supported with interview. And for the data analysis, we are using the content analysis. For the second research question, what is the level of understanding of customary landowner about the special permit concept? And for this research question, we come up with the second objective, which is to study the level of customary landowners understanding of the special permits. And for the data collection, we are distributing questionnaire based on the literature review, and the data has been analyzed by using SPSS. For literature review, the first thing that we will discuss is the introduction of custom. As what have been mentioned before, there are 2 types of custom that's still relevant in Malaysia nowadays. The first one is custom of Temanggung. It was originated from Palembang and founded by Datuk Ketemanggungan, being brought by the Indonesian to Malaysia by the early 15th century. And the whole state of Malaysia is practicing this custom except Negeri Sembilan. The other one is custom of Perpatih. It was originated from Pagar Royo, Sumatra, and being founded by Datuk Perpatih Nan Sebatang, being brought from Sumatra to Malaysia by the people of Minangkabau during the 17th century. It was being practiced not only in Negeri Sembilan but also Tabuh Naning. Even Tabuh Naning is located on the north of Malacca, but it was also just beside Serembau and Kota. The district were practicing custom of Perpatih very strongly. So there are no wonder why Tabuh Naning is accepting custom of Perpatih instead of custom of Temanggung. For the customary land, literature review is covering the definition, concept, and legislation. We move to development, how the customary land being developed, and ways of development. And this is the part where that will be answering my first objective, which is the concept of special permit. Thank you so much for keep on staying with me, and congratulations, now we have reached to the last part of this video presentation, and yet the most important one, because in this part we are going to explain about 4 major things. The first one is about the analysis, and the second one is about the findings, conclusion, and followed by reference. In fact, analysis and findings are correlated, means that right after the first objective analysis, there are going to be the findings for the first objective, and right after the second analysis, there are going to be the findings for the second analysis, which is for the second objective. So why wait? Let's start with the first analysis. Special permit was described and proposed and officially being used in Tampin on February 7, 2007. These are the example of customary land that's being undeveloped. It can only be developed with agricultural activities, and this land was very strategic, but just because it was a customary land, it remained untouched and undeveloped. So the concept of special permit used in Tampin is one of the way to develop customary land like this that is idle and undeveloped. The process is not time-consuming at all and very affordable. The concept is also very simple to be understand. It's all start with an agreement between the owner and the future tenant, or the customary landowner themselves who is arranging everything. It went from discussing, appointing, sending document until the land office handling the special permit to the customary landowner. For findings of Objective 1, these objectives have been achieved by the literature review that have been stated before. Plus, for this objective, it has been supported by the interview with Mr. Azmer, which is the former Land Assistant Director of Tampin Land Office. Now, we are talking about the second objective analysis. For this analysis, we are going to talk about to study the level of customary landowners' understanding about the special permits. So in this analysis, we are going to separate it into two sections. The first one is about the respondent's demographic profile. And for the second section is about the level of understanding of customary landowners towards the special permits. Let's start with section 1. For section 1, the questionnaire distribute is gathering the information about the respondent's demographic profile. This part is where the information about the respondent gender, their age group, and the customary land status can be compiled. For the second section, this is where we gather all the necessary information about the level of understanding amongst the customary landowners about the concept of special permit to develop their customary land. This section consists of part A and part B. For part A, it discusses about the first aspect, which is the aspects of the creation of the special permits, while part B is discussing about the other two aspects of use of special permit basics and aspects of special permit benefits. For part B, it was built with a Likert scale type of question, where respondents need to answer 5 questions, 3 questions for the first aspect and the rest is for the second aspects. The analysis started by calculating the percentage of answers chosen and then calculating the mean score, and derived from that we can calculate the index of understanding. From this we can know the level of understanding of the respondent based on the index of understanding achieved. Now we have come to the findings of Objective 2. After analyzing the Objective 2 and the results that have been gathered from the questionnaire, we have concluded that the level of understanding among the customary landowners about the special permit concept for developing customary land can be summarized as most respondents do not understand that their customary land can actually be developed. There are also so much of misleading information amongst them. They think that the key step in developing customary land is through changing the land terms. Plus, there are also lack of engagement. Nor do they know what steps to take to develop the customary land. Besides that, the false info is also there because they do not use special permits because they think that special permits are no different than changing the conditions of the land or changing the term of the land, and that special permits are just complicated. In conclusion, most of the customary land owners out there, they don't even realize and fully understand about their special permits. They don't know what the special permit can do for them. They don't even understand that the special permit can help them develop their customary land. So I hope with this study and with this research that have been done, I really hope a lot of parties out there, organizations or whosoever, can take a prolonged and proactive action to solve this problem. Because it is such a waste, because the solution is there. And I really hope we can develop the customary land, because if not us, and who else? Land has so much to offer, and I hope with this video presentation, it has enlightened you and at least expose you to the uniqueness of customary land in Negeri Sembilan. My name is Hafiz Bin Asril. I hope we can meet again in the future. The best come from Allah and the worst come from me. Thank you so much.